Okay, so to start off today's video, we are going to be doing Jalen Brunson going for 39 points in Game 4 on May 12th, 2025. This is versus the Boston Celtics. This was a playoff game not too long ago, and I love the way that Jalen Brunson plays. So with no further ado, let's hop into it. I will show you everything that I notice.
Is because you know they're going to have to rotate. So before the pass even happens, they start the rotation. Brunson.
Okay, so four starters here. Jalen Brunson, I've known this for a long time about Jalen Brunson. He is very good at using his body to protect the ball, as well as using his offhand to kind of brush off defenders' hands and just add further layer of protection to the basketball. And it's really helped him avoid turnovers. It's super useful, especially as like a smaller guard, things like that. Another thing I'd like to point out here is his strength.
Going to have to rotate. So before the pass even happens, they start the rotation.
I mean, he drives in, puts a left shoulder into Drew Holiday, and just pushes him right off. And Drew Holiday is known as being one of the strongest perimeter defenders in the league. I mean, obviously, Holiday is a phenomenal perimeter defender, and Brunson just puts that shoulder into him and uses Brunson's strong core, his good foundation, to just kind of brush him off, give him a wide open layup. This is something I have noted about Jalen Brunson for a while. Is he's a very under-controlled player, very strong player. Despite his size, he can get to the basket and finish through contact pretty dang well. So
Brunson gets inside, lowers the shoulder, and Holiday backs off and gets his first field goal for Jalen Brunson.
this here, I'm not going to stop for every single play, just so you guys know. But this here is something that might have gone unnoticed by a lot of casual fans. He does a little look off. So right away he's looking over at the right corner, or maybe the roller, I'm not sure, but he's looking to his right side. And that kind of like looks everybody off. Derek White digs down, and I'm assuming that Brunson noticed that there is two defenders directly in front of him, which does not seem right to him. And there's got to be somebody open on the perimeter. That's probably something he subconsciously noted. He might have even consciously thought, hey, someone's open on the perimeter. Finds the open man, wide open three, nothing but net for Mikal Bridges.
Bridges.
And Bridges has a weird jump shot, too. He makes it.
But they have a team around him. It can't just be Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson. The Mikal.
You see that offhand push? That's what I was talking about earlier. I mean, it's just the little nudges, the little offhand pushes and swipes he does. They are very effective, although they go unnoted a lot of times.
And OG, they've got to be locked in with them. Brunson.
That's a tough bucket. That's a great bucket. That's just pure skill, to be honest. A lot of players are better going to their weaker hand because they can step back easier, things like that. It's a little, unless you're a player like Damian Lillard, it's a little unconventional stepping back to your strong side, which also a lot of defenders don't see coming, though, so you can get the shot off sometimes and catch them off guard. But, again, it's a tough shot going, to your stronger hand. When you're going to your weak hand, a lot of times that step back is just so much more fluid, And obviously, great shot by Brunson here.
Corner's good. Knicks cut it to two.
So desperately wants to be involved tonight.
Let's see.
He's got to get.
Let me rewind this. Stop this.
So desperately wants to be involved tonight.
I mean, look at that. That's good defense by Jason Tatum. There's not a lot of room for him to shoot that shot, but that's just probably a shot he's worked on a million times. It's just a great skill play by Brunson there to hit that shot. I mean, at the end of the day, look at that. I mean, now, in a split second, as fast as I can hit spacebar twice, Jason Tatum has covered that distance. But another thing I noticed is just what a nice jumper Brunson has, honestly. The flick of the wrist, ball rotation, everything about it is nice. I think, for some reason, lefty players just have nice jump shots. I really find them aesthetically pleasing. So
Got to get this oversized. Hold your forearm on the money.
But yeah, not too much technical there. Just a great shot by Brunson. When you're that elite, you know which shots you can and can't get off. I mean, you've played against, people of similar size and length as Jason Tatum probably quite a bit in your life, so you kind of understand their reach, and you just have a great feel for the game. That's just shooting that shot so many times.
Peyton Pritchard's in the game. Pritchard was magnificent the other night.
Excellent kick. Excellent kick.
He's sizing up because the Celtics are going there double big.
Brunson looking, alley up to Robinson. Perfect connection there. And the three. So
He's sizing up.
Kind of a decent amount going on technically here. So I noticed right away that Derek White goes over the double screen, which, I mean, they were pretty far out. Jalen Brunson just simply isn't Steph Curry. He's not Damian Lillard or some of these players with insane range, you know. I don't think that maybe they schemed this up and told them to go over the top of all screens. But, I mean, this far away from the basket, do you need to? It is a double screen, so that should be noted, but I don't know. Personally, I think it would have been a better scheme idea to slide under something this far from the basket, but
Up because the Celtics are going there double big.
But as you can see, he does not, which leads to kind of this 2-on-1 game here. Horford wants to hang with Cat really far out here, which makes sense. Karl-Anthony Towns is an amazing shooter for the center position, probably one of the best ever. But it leaves this 2-on-1 game here where Porzingis is kind of in a tough spot. This is the point where Jason Tatum should have dropped down and been right about here. You know, he can either wait for that charge or he can maybe intercept the pass. If the pass comes in a little late, he can at least contest the bucket. You know, he potentially gets posted, of course, but that's part of being a good defender too. I mean, all great defenders get dunked on. I mean, how many times have you seen a guy like Giannis get dunked on? It's happened quite a bit, but I mean, all great shot blockers get dunked on. All great perimeter defenders get, you know, their ankles broken. It's part of the game. It honestly is. You know, all you can really do is just try your best and make things tough on the offense. So, now, people might say that if Jason Tatum drops down here, it's a wide open three for Anunoby. You would be right. That is where Al Horford should drop down to Anunoby. Then you'll say, well, that leaves Cat wide open out on the, you know, wing here, the top of the key. That's where you guard this center, and if the pass gets thrown out to Cat, there's the X, which is where Tatum goes to guard Mitchell Robinson on the roll here. Horford goes down to guard the ball here. If it gets skipped over, then they do this cross, this little X cross, where then Tatum runs up to Cat up here at the top of the wing. So Tatum's down here. Ball gets skipped over to Anunoby. Horford comes down to guard Anunoby. And then Jason Tatum would have to he'd have to leave the center from this position and race up, unhitch the wagon, and race up to try to guard that three that Cat is probably going to launch. Or Cat would get the ball and attack the closeout, as, you know, the best time to attack is attacking a closeout. So that's kind of that's where the game happens, though. You know what I'm saying? Is where you got to attack players on closeouts, and then the players got to try to stop the offensive player, of course. So that's where the fun of the game happens, if everything is, you know, technically and schematically correct. But of course, Tatum doesn't sag down, gives a wide open alley-oop to Robinson, with just two hands, throws it home.
Brunson looking, alley up to Robinson. Perfect connection there, and the Knicks back up by one. Pritchard trying to stay with Brunson. Brunson gets inside. The floater's good.
Cool little attention to detail here that Brunson does. Brunson does what we call putting them in jail. So Pritchard comes over the screen. I mean, Brunson does a good job, and Pritchard honestly does a good job of fighting over the screen. Porzingis stays with his man. Brunson can feel Pritchard on his back shoulder here, and has kind of got that right shoulder into him so that he can't come around and get back in front of Brunson. It leads to a Brunson wide open floater, essentially. He is really good at these floaters, especially with his left hand. It's his dominant hand. So that's a good bucket. This technique of putting people in jail is something that I've utilized in pickup games, in, you know, actual games, things like that. It's super nice. We didn't run a lot of pick and roll in high school, but we were much more of a motion offense. But I have utilized it, and it's very effective You can a lot of times put the center in a tough position. So like if Porzingis kind of stayed here and tried to guard both, you can either hit the floater like what Brunson does here, or you can kind of come to a jump stop, fake the floater, drop it down to the big man, and get a wide open layup. A lot of times, it kind of turns into a 2-on-1 game. It also gives you a little half second. You can kind of bob back and forth. If you truly have the guy in jail, he'll be right behind you. You can bob back and forth, left and right, and keep him sealed off, and it gives you time to make a better decision if you want to kick out to the corner, maybe if the depending on the situation. But that's a very effective move if the guy goes over the screen, and if you rub shoulder to shoulder with the guy who is setting the screen for you, like you are supposed to. That's always the goal, is to run shoulder to shoulder with your screener. So, yeah, I mean, Brunson, I've seen him utilize that a lot. He does a great job of it here. Makes the floater.
Brunson gets inside. The floater's good. Be a difference maker for the Knicks. 2 excellent plays. Shot blocked by Towns. Bridges on the drive, lost it momentarily. Gets it back out to Brunson. Brunson to McBride. Open three-pointer. It's good.
And that's a phenomenal play by Brunson, honestly, because he either consciously or subconsciously knew it was a 5-on-4 situation. Somebody's got to be open. Jalen Brown, it was laying down on the other end. I mean, he caught that ball and he got it out of his hands and kicked it to the open man in, not even half a second, right? I mean, he caught it and threw it immediately. That's great IQ. That's fast play. That's just being a point guard for so many years. You develop your sixth sense like that. So that was, just an elite play right there.
Against Jalen Brown, and then watch Brunson. That quick pass, getting your teammates open shot.
The announcer just said exactly what I said. I mean, that quick pass, it came out to him, and he caught it, slung it over to the corner, wide open three. Great shot by, was it McBride, I believe?
Horford was upset the foul call, but that's why the foul was called. Alley-oop, Towns. Nice backdoor play. Well, 9 of 14 from the field tonight, for sure. 8 on the 24. They leave Brunson. Lines up.
I want to see what happened defensively here. I mean, the jab step, I saw Derek White bite on it pretty hard. I'm assuming didn't want Brunson attacking to his strong hand. So you can tell he's shading him that way, White, from this frame here. But I mean, there's no reason to leave a guy like Jalen Brunson that wide open. Jalen Brunson is obviously the focal point of the Knicks offense, so he should be the focal point of the Celtics defense. Somebody should be trying to guard him at all times. He's the last guy on the team you want to give a wide open 3 to.
14 from the field tonight, for sure.
And it looks like some miscommunication. I'm not sure if they planned on switching here or what it was, but Horford cannot be this far off. I mean, somebody's got to pick a ball. That's the first rule of defense, is guard ball, right? Make them make a pass. Make them find the open guy, at least. You know what I mean? They're NBA players. They probably would have found the open guy and hit the open shot anyway, but you want to at least make it as tough on them as possible. So
8 on the 24. They leave Brunson. Lines it up and knocks down.
And that's the thing. That's just not making it tough on them. That is their optimal outcome. A wide open Jalen Brunson 3, they will take that all day. Jalen Brunson probably hits that at a 70, 80% rate, so.
Down to 3. Yeah. Brunson has not had many clean looks like that throughout these playoffs.
And you heard him. He hasn't had many clean looks like that throughout the playoffs. That's for a reason. But, yeah. I mean, again, it looked like a miscommunication thing. That happens. It is what it is, I guess.
And Towns the rebound. Brunson drives past Horford, gets inside, leans in, bangs it in.
Huh. Is he hitting the Harden nosebleed there? Did you see that? The Harden celebration? Anyway, great right to left crossover, goes in. It looks like he put a shoulder into Horford. Finish with the inside hand, very under control. That's another thing you should note about Jalen Brunson. He's always under control. He really doesn't get bumped off line too much. He comes to a lot of jump stops. He's got great footwork. I mean, that was a nice inside hand finish. That shoulder bump, it looked like he hit Horford with, is a very useful technique for neutralizing shot blockers. You can kind of jump into them, and it's hard. They can't jump toward you then. It bumps them off their path, and then you can kind of bounce away and make the open lay, which he did there.
Brunson gets past Horford, goes inside, layup is good. Another slick.
Was that the same play? I mean, it was the same thing, except he didn't do a crossover. He just did a right to left between the legs, drive in, finish with the inside hand again. Back-to-back plays. That's okay.
From Jalen.
Poor Al Horford. Honestly, he's getting just put on an island, kind of exposed in this.
Brunson.
And then here, Brunson, watch the footwork. Takes his time, shuffles, uses that left hand inside the footwork.
This is something I didn't even notice.
Takes his time.
He goes up
Brunson. And then here,
off
Brunson,
of his left leg.
Takes his time.
So you see here, he's going up off his left leg with that left hand finish. He obviously his left hand is his dominant hand, but then his right leg is going to be his dominant leg. So he's kind of going up with his weak leg, strong hand. That's very unorthodox and very unconventional. This is something I've noted about NBA players for a while, though, is all these guys are so good. They can basically do anything they want with a basketball in their hand. I mean, some of these finishes these guys can make, they don't, like a lot of players, a lot of high school level players and maybe even lower college level players, they have a couple moves and they can do a lot of the moves very well, but when it comes to the unorthodox things, you can just tell that they haven't worked on things like that, and they're not super fluid within their body. But like by the time you get to be a superstar like Jalen Brunson, I mean, you can just you can manipulate your body in any way you need to or want to. And so a lot of times they can see moves and they can just replicate the move on the first, maybe second try, right? As where somebody of like my skill level, it would take countless repetitions in order to get a move down. And then once I have the move down, I can do that move, but that's all I can do with it. I can't do any variations off it, things like that. Like they are all so fluid in their body with their balance and their ambidextrousness. I don't know if that's a word, but their ability to use both hands and finish at the rim with both hands, things like that. It's just insane. I want to see here too. He finishes with his off.
Shuffle.
Yeah, you see how he does that? So he's going off his left leg and spinning the ball like this, so that the ball is going right to left with his left hand from the right side. So he kind of gives it that weird spin, and I would be willing to bet that this ball touches the backboard outside of the square on the backboard. Look at it. Yep. That ball would not have gone in if he didn't put that spin on it. That is just phenomenal touch. Man, that's just insane. With the contact and with a couple players around you in a playoff game like that, that's just ridiculous. I mean, he was cooking this night.
Uses that left hand inside.
Ananobi. Derek White chasing Jalen Brunson. Fake, fire, connect. Chasing.
Okay. There's a lot to go into here. This isn't the exact situation, but there is situations where there can be a player here, and you can set a little pin down screen, and there's essentially, theoretically, no way that the defense can guard it. If the defense goes over the top, which is what Derek White does here, you flare out, which is what Brunson did here, and he got that open three. Now, if the defense chases around it, you can curl it and come back around here, and then the guard at the top of the key can kick it down to you, and you can get a wide open layup on that curl. Of course, as long as you guys, your guard, whoever has the ball at the top of the key, and you reading the screen can communicate properly. So yeah, then you can curl it if the defender chases. If the defender pops over, you flare, and if the defender stays under, you can just pop out and get either a wide open three or a wide open mid-range, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you prefer, right? So, and then if they switch it and they have the big man step out, a lot of times you can expose a post up, or even the screener can slip, and you can get a nice little, maybe you catch it on the pop and drop it right down to him, or the screener slips and he goes straight, the guy at the top of the key kicks it right down to the big man down below. But I see this as Josh Hart, so he's not exactly a big man, but you get the point.
Ananobi. Derek White chasing James.
And that's what I'm saying about the flare. He went over, and so he flared out to the corner for this wide open three. I mean, this for an NBA player is a wide open three. He doesn't take it because even Derek White thinks that he's going to shoot it. He pump fakes him, hits him with a nice pound dribble, gets a wide open three immediately after. Anyway, cash money.
Jalen Brunson. Fake. Fire. Connect. Towns catches, turns, quick shot, got it.
Great shot by
Towns
Cat.
having his best game, efficiency-wise, 9 of 12 from the field. Brunson kicks it out. Ananobi, corner three. Rebound, Brunson. Back up, bang shot is good. Brunson and Tatum throwing haymakers at each other.
And then Brunson, we talked about just how shifty he is.
Oh, good defense from White, but Brunson still looking, falling away, puts it up. That's good.
Something I've noticed about Brunson a lot.
Brunson, we talked about just how shifty he is.
He does a lot of kind of like herky-jerky shifting feints in his game as well. He'll constantly be swiveling his hips or turning his shoulders or something like that. It's very akin to like a boxer or an MMA fighter when they kind of torque their hips like they're going to throw a leg kick, or they kind of feint the hand like they're going to throw a punch, something like that. He does it with, like I said, like his hips and his shoulders a lot. He kind of turns and manipulates his body that way, and it kind of just keeps the defense a lot on their toes. And obviously Brunson is very good in the post for a perimeter player, especially for a guy of his size. And he can shoot the ball lights out. Nice little fadeaway mid-range jumper here out of the post. Beautiful play.
Oh, good defense from White, but Brunson still looking, falling away, puts it up. That's good. Jalen Brunson does it again. It's a two-point game. Timeout, Boston.
Get to the opposite side of the floor. Get in the vision of the offensive rebounder. It's one-on-one from here. You got one guy to beat. Oh, I see that fadeaway.
Drives into the paint, pulls back, looks up at the shot clock. He's got to get it off. Falling away, puts it up.
First off, he's cooking right now. Second off, that's just another example of him being great in the post. I mean, he did the little thing too. Fake left, went back to the right. Easy money jumper for him. This dude's something else, I'll tell you. He's an honor to watch, actually.
Puts it in. A Brunson barrage here in the third quarter. The game is tied. Brunson drives inside, kicks it out. Ananobi, wide open three-pointer. It's good. Brunson against White. Hesitation, flips it up with the left hand.
He does it here too. It's that herky-jerky style of play. It's that constant, keeping them on their toes. He steps back and he does what a lot of players will do. Like a lot of people will come up and do a hezzy, and then they'll bring that hand up like that and kind of look up at the basket. And he gets Derek White to jump on it. That gives him the edge going right, and then he doesn't have the angle for that offhand, right-hand finish, but he's got the room to go up with his left-hand, dominant hand, touch it off the glass. Sweet little kiss. Beautiful play again by a very skilled player. But, yeah, it's that hesitation he does that gets him to jump. He hits him with a little arm swipe, it looks like, even, which is something I mentioned earlier in the video, that he does quite a bit, and he does very well.
Brunson against White. Hesitation, flips it up with the left hand. Bang shot's good. 33 for Jalen Brunson. Shot clock down to 7. Brunson drives. Gets past Horford, stops, pulls up. Two-pointer. Got it.
It's McElbrick.
That's a heck of a shot right there. This should be something that's noted for guards when you get the mismatch, though. A lot of times if you have a bigger player, you might have them just by a little bit in straight line speed, right? But where you really get that extra edge on a bigger player is the quickness. So what you want to do a lot of times is like what Brunson did here. He pulls the ball back, and right when he sees Horford's hips turn to him and Horford take a step toward him, he uses Horford's own momentum to get right by him. Now, he doesn't get by him, get all the way to the hoop. He ends up taking a contested pull-up jumper and hitting it. But that is something I want to note. It kind of gave him the edge. That a lot of times, yeah, when you have a bigger defender on you, a little attack, pull back, and then attack right when you see those hips shift or that step come in your direction. It's that momentum shift that you want to really exploit.
Or the clutch player of the year, who has been absolutely brilliant in the clutch, put to the Boston Celtics.
Brunson looking, step back, three-pointer. It's good. Rattled around and dropped through.
That last one, I mean, what do you even do? He got hot, hit a nice shot, step back, going to the right. I mean, he's a left-handed player, so that's, again, moving to that weak hand, that step back is always going to be more fluid. But what are you going to do? Jalen Brown was there. Tough shot by Brunson. That's about all you can say. Well, it appears that's the end of the video, though, so I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you made it this far, feel free to drop a like, drop a comment. If you guys want to start discussions in the comments, feel free to do so. I will be in there liking and discussing right alongside you guys. I don't really have a solid upload schedule at the moment. That's something we're going to kind of work out. I'm just doing this all for, the fun and the love of the game. So there will be more videos coming in the future. And I hope to see you guys again then. Thank you very much. Stay smart, make good decisions.